So, I'm risk averse because of some of the fears that my mom is instilled in me. I mean, most of you might know this lie. You better tell me where you're going, because what if something happens wherever you are and I'm not even aware that you are where you are, right? So make sure that every time you leave the house or you leave wherever you are, I know where you're going, so that if something happens, I can take responsibility. I mean, that line traumatized me. Even in tertiary, I remember the one time my friend said to me, let's go to my house over the weekend. She was staying in Pretoria. We were in Joburg at tertiary. And I remember calling my mom to say, Ma, can I please go to my friend's house over the weekend? Because I was terrified to go anywhere without her approval, right? And that it filtered through in all spaces of my life. I would never do anything without my mom's support. And my husband, my now husband, then boyfriend, came in, and we was in this long-term relationship, and I would never do anything without the two of them supporting me, right? But when I found my purpose and I wanted to quit my job for the second time, I mean, I didn't have their support at all, because I had quit my job the first time and the second, and it was just a mess. I mean, and they had to carry me through that mess. They were there the whole time, as I was suffering, as I was feeling depressed and anxious, as I was feeling demotivated. They were there to carry me. So when I told them the second time that I wanted to resign, they were just not having it, because they didn't want whatever happened previously to happen again to me, right? But purpose somehow just gave me so much peace. I mean, I felt like I knew what I wanted to do, and if they didn't give me support, I was just going to do it anyway. I was terrified. I was scared. It was really in my entire life, for the first time, I would do something without anyone's support. I mean, I had to really stand alone, but there was so much peace that came with the decision that I made, that I said to myself, self, just move on with God. If nobody else will support you, then God is on your side. I knew for sure God was in on it, right? So I decided, no, I'm gonna do it anyway. But eventually I managed to convince my husband, and he said, you know what, do you, boo? So that wasn't support. He was saying, you know what, I've tried to convince you otherwise, but you're trying to convince me to agree with your decision. So I've got no choice. Let me leave you to live your best life. So basically that's what he was saying. So I didn't have anybody's support, but I did it anyway. And I found so much peace, because I was one of those people who lived for years with a void in my soul. No matter what I achieved, no matter what I accumulated, I always had that void where people will see you like you living your best life. But I knew in my soul that there was something missing, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. And when I finally saw an opportunity to close that gap, when I found my purpose, I ran after it with so much courage. I mean, they say courage is moving ahead, right? Even in the midst of fear. So I decided to make, that change in my life that led me to building the Pulaa Montz brand, right? So today I want to talk to you about, be courageous for peace sake. Stop playing it safe. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. I found out that it takes courage to heal, to really heal, to go through the process of healing properly, so that beyond this process of healing, you can trust again. You can enjoy life again without these huge walls that people tend to build around them when they don't want to deal properly with their head. It takes courage to really face up with the things that haven't given you peace in your life, so that you're able to enjoy peace again, so that you're able to find yourself again. It takes serious courage, because in your healing process, when we before we heal, there are so many people that we can blame. We can blame our parents, we can blame our partners, our children, our colleagues for our hurt, right? But when you start the healing process, the risk is you might find out that you yourself had a contribution towards whatever it is that you've been going through. Maybe you'll find that, yes, people did whatever it is that they did to you years back, but you have taken it all upon yourself to relive that hurt for years. So you have been abusing yourself ever since that specific moment happened, right? By you carrying it to today, it means you have also taken on that abuse relationship with yourself. So healing really takes courage, right? It takes courage to be your authentic self, for example. So many years for me, I didn't want to be the person that I knew I could be, that I knew I wanted to be, because people had this glorious, view of who I was and what my life was, and I was feeding on that glory. But when I realized that it doesn't give me peace anyway to feed on other people's glory when I don't feel like I'm my authentic self, I had to take a courageous step in order to find my own peace, even though it caused some disappointments to people who were around me at the time. They didn't like it that much. Some discomfort was caused in my relationships. But I knew in order for me to find peace, to be at peace with who I am, I needed to be courageous and make a decision to be my authentic self. It takes courage to go after your dreams. Sometimes your dreams will require you to move completely from what you're doing, and that is the reason why maybe you're still sitting in that position that you're still sitting in, because now your dreams require you, or your purpose require you to do something you've got no clue about, right? But it feels so naturally every time you think about it. So it takes courage to do all these good things that we want to do on earth. And most of us, we let fear consume us. We succumb to fear. We ignore who we are so that we can just please the people around us. We stick with the hate and anger, and we do nothing about it, because it's much easier to sit and blame others for your misfortune, even if, don't get me wrong, even if they are to blame. But at some point, it is your responsibility to start the healing process. So it takes courage to want to heal, right, properly, because it is very easy to sit with your anger and pain and blame other people. We all succumb at some point to our fears because we are just so scared to move forward. Because they like people always say, it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't. And that is fear talking, because what if there's an angel on the other side of this whole thing? What if you take a step forward, a courageous step, and you build a brand? What if you take a step forward and you find finally a perfect match for you, a partner you've been looking for? What if you take a step forward with courage and you actually meet up with your purpose, the one thing that will fill up the void that is in your soul right now? So don't let fear keep you hostage. Be courageous for peace sake. You know what, guys? I love hearing from you. And for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please like the videos. Please leave your comments. Let me know, what do you think about what I just said? Do you agree with me? Or are you one of those people who've let fear shrink you into a comfort zone, but you still don't have peace because of that comfort zone? Please leave your comments down below. Please click the notification bell to know every time I upload a new video. Please share this video if it inspires you, or if you know that there's somebody who needs to hear this. We all need to be courageous in order to have peace. And lastly, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you have already done that, please get your people to get their people to subscribe to my channel. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach.